The coordinates on this thing are going to be 35 degrees, 53 minutes, 2 seconds north, by 115 degrees, 8 minutes, and 33 seconds west. This thing is pretty old. Now, they just found footprints in New Mexico that are 23,000 years old, thousands of them. That now makes North America older than the inhabitation of Europe itself by their own numbers. This thing here, it's not a crazy thing to think that it was built here for a reason. And the reason I think it was built here so long ago was you actually have an ancient sea right where Las Vegas was. That's an ancient sink to an ancient sea. So this thing was not quite as high up as it is right now. It was actually much closer to a food source and a water source. This thing might have been inhabited a couple times, maybe 3 times, I don't know. But it's definitely not natural. Drainage holes coming out the bottom of the foundation that I found as well. The melting itself of the structure is just incredible. Now I'm going to try to walk us up and around over here of just how huge this thing is. It's absolutely massive. It's a massive thing. Doesn't look natural to me whatsoever. Definitely got a vibe here for sure. There's the rocks have a metal pang to them, as I've said, but riddled with caves and erosion in the melted foundation rock area. This is the north face of it that we're facing right now. That's what I call the Sphinx. It looks like an eroded Sphinx. It's facing in a perfect east-west configuration. Right there. The chances are that it's so old that we're talking about kind of like the Bosnian pyramid thing again. That it could possibly be that old. The moon coming up right there, and it's in alignment with that edge right there, and it comes up perfectly. And so does the sun, by the way. The sun comes up and it goes right to the peak at a certain point. So it's definitely perfectly aligned, north, south, east, west, right down to the monument in front. The artificial drains in it, coming out of it, are just, that's something else that I didn't expect to find in the foundation. A definite artificial anomaly, along with the block stones, along with the metal that they seem to contain. They've got a weird tinging to them. All right, well, let's go ahead and as you can see, I mean, it is absolutely massive. You can see off to the left, it's deteriorated, almost like it's damaged. And that whole left-hand side of the pyramid does, in fact, look damaged in some strange, melty way. We're right in line with the monument that I call the Sphinx. It's like a deteriorated Sphinx right there. And it's exactly perfectly aligned, east, west, exactly, out in front of the north face of this pyramid. Now, what I call the Sphinx, or the monument, is definitely much more deteriorated than the pyramid itself, which, again, possibly lends to its extreme age. There it is. You can see it a little better now. There's the entrance. You would think I'd be able to just climb right in it, but I've been to it, and you can't. You need to lower in with a rope or something. Okay, so here's where A bunch of that melted stone starts up on the just under a foot and continues all the way up under the foundation of the pyramid itself. Those are the entrances I wanted to show you guys. Here we're at the foundation level, I call it. The pyramid itself starts right above those melted columns. The pillar columns. Look how they're stretched out in the melted flow of the rock itself. It's quite striking. Very deteriorated. Very deteriorated. There's Las Vegas. There's where we were. Way over there on that second ridge down. You can almost see my backpack. Henderson, Nevada, through the mountains that way. And this is the upper part of the foundation, northwest corner of the pyramid. Block, 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 block. Just blocks. Blocks everywhere. Now we've just gotten to the north face of the pyramid. I like to call it the Lost Pyramid of Las Vegas. The spine of the pyramid itself, demarking the north to the west. That is what I call the Sphinx. It is aligned east-west. We'll find that on Google Earth, no problem. Oh, check this out. There's a good one. There's blocked off all over the place. People have this assumption that nothing was out here because it's so hard to live out here now, especially if we were no machines. And yeah, I mean, I can see that, but that's not what it was back then. This place was temperate, mild, had water, didn't have a lot of snow, had a lot of growth. And we can see that in the valley below with the tufa and the seashell fossils literally everywhere, all the way up the mountain ridges coming up here to about maybe 800 feet below the pyramid is where the ancient shoreline stopped. So this thing was not as far up as it looks right now. This thing was possibly an ancient earthen temple right up next to an ancient sea. All of Vegas, right there. South to the north, we're looking towards 95. Cross over, that's Henderson. Over just a little bit more, and we're looking towards Lake Mead and the ancient salt mine that might actually be in the same timeline with this. There's a horizontal view. Absolutely beautiful overcast day, and we are actually at the tip of the pyramid. We'll go right up to here. Airpath for Henderson Executive. They just bring it right in right there. To the west. Beautiful.